Hey, here's a quick recording of how to use the free IT Harvest app. So, our first step is we're going to sign in, and you just upper right hand side, you sign in. If you don't have a sign in ready, you can click sign up, and it's very simple. Fill out the form, we email you a password, and you're in. So, I'm going to sign in with and we're going to get right in. So, your landing page is going to be the welcome back screen, and it'll have a bunch of things on the last things you've visited. I was using this before, and I was looking at Doppel, Anyrun, and Ketra, who are all Cyber 150 vendors. But you'll quickly see that we have 3,857 active vendors and 233 archive vendors. So these are ones that have been acquired and are not being marketed as standalone brands. So we archive them. So we've got historical data too. 10 years from now, we'll have this really effective, complete history of the industry. For now, we go back 5 years, which is pretty good. And then 10,056 products total in the database. Now, if you wanted to know if we cover your company, you can put it in here and just do a quick search. Let's search on Fortinet and hit the search icon. And we'll give you all the instances of Fortinet that show up in their products, the vendor profile. If we have media on them, it'll show up here if we got videos or anything like that. So you can use this free app to basically check our coverage if you would like. But the real fun starts over in the Vendor Explorer tool. And this is what all of this is exactly what you would see if you were a full subscriber. But you'll see that you can actually search on country categories, funding ranges, headcount ranges, growth ranges, events. So lots and lots of filters that we've built out over the last 2.5 years. But you will see that under more filters, we've pre-checked the IT Harvest Cyber 150. So pretty much the only thing you can do on this page is search on the Cyber 150. So you're going to our live database of 4,080 cybersecurity vendors, and you're seeing the Cyber 150. From there, you can sort on size. So you go from the smallest to the biggest. Now, mind you, this is live data. So the Cyber 150 was determined on July 7th. Things have changed, right? That's several months since July, and those headcount numbers have all changed, and the growth numbers as well. So, for instance, Clarity, which is the largest vendor in the Cyber 150, had just 500 employees at the beginning of the year. They've already grown, 20%? Exactly over here, 20.7% to 606. And you can see Safe Security, Island, SoSafe, etc. And you can page through these up over here on the right. So we're going to page to the next. And you can page through these 6 pages of vendors. Anytime you want to see an actual vendor, you can look at them. ChainGuard's fun because of their growth rates and funding, etc. So you just clicked on the vendor, and now you see what a vendor profile looks like. We have pages like this for every single vendor in the database. The general up over here on the left means that you're on the general page where you've got a description of what the company does. You feel free to cut and paste that and use it in your reports, etc. We've got their location in Oregon, and then categories that I personally have subscribed to these vendors. How many records we have of contacts at the company, and number of products that they have, and then important links, because you usually do want to look at these: the Crunchbase, the LinkedIn, and of course how to get to the homepage. For some strangely named companies, using our database is the best way to find them. It's sometimes really hard to find a LinkedIn page. And then current headcount of 202 people and funding of 256 million, and then their year-to-date growth. But you can see that as you move down, if there's news on ChainGuard, you can click on the news and you'll see news from July, a new unicorn in Seattle, they say. And then you can look at the headcount, which is our growth metric, and this is fairly typical of the Cyber 150. They are going up and to the right rather quickly. In this case, 87%. That means ChainGuard will most likely be one of the Cyber 150 this January when we recast all these numbers and reapply the filters. I get tons of information out of just looking at this graph. Funding is the ability to see all of their investment rounds, seed through, IPO if it were there. And you would see that if you were a full subscriber. And then you can see products. So you can go down to the product page and you can actually see a description of the ChainGuard product. So this is kind of cool. We capture product name, description, all the feature sets, and then we are in the process of just ingesting all the products again, and now we're adding deployment scenarios, usage info, integrations, and compliance requirements that they meet. So that is how you're going to get into the free app for the Cyber 150, and it's the way you can explore all 150 of them. Of course, there's no download capability. There's no ability to generate or look at the vendor notes or generate a vendor report. But of course, we want you to subscribe so you can see all this phenomenal information.